You like a you put your back against the wall and just slide down.
Newly surfaced court documents might have exposed Big Meech as the real informant in the Cuffy case. And 50 Cent isn't staying silent. He's going straight at Meech over these explosive allegations. These leaked affidavits lay out Meech's role in the case, word for word. But Meech isn't backing down. He's firmly denying that there's any real evidence linking him to snitching. We're diving deep into the details, breaking down every accusation, the court documents, and all the shocking elements fueling this messy feud.
Privilege to what's called the affidavit in support of the wiretaps.
Okay.
It's like 3 affidavits. In those affidavits, it tells Meech's full.
50 Cent is publicly labeling Big Meech a rat, and the snitching controversy has completely taken over the spotlight, even pushing aside the headlines from last October when Meech was granted early release from prison. And it gets even more complicated. Meech's longtime friend and former business partner, Tamara Gatling, also known as Cuffy, came out swinging just 2 days after Meech's release. Cuffy claims Meech turned on him to reduce his own sentence. He's not holding back, openly accusing Meech of flipping to save himself. Now, with 50 Cent stepping into the fray, the situation is pure chaos. When Meech fired back at 50, the drama escalated fast. The streets are buzzing, and controversy surrounding Meech's release just keeps building. Their once close friendship, Big Meech and 50 Cent were like brothers, has completely fallen apart. Now, they're locked on opposite sides of an ugly snitching scandal. The situation exploded when 50 blasted Meech on Instagram on February 3, 2025, calling him out hard for allegedly snitching and teasing a tell-all documentary set to reveal everything. But there's even more behind the fallout. Big Meech appeared in a video with 50's longtime rival Rick Ross, promoting a massive welcome back concert celebrating his release. That move alone sparked major tension. The event was scheduled for February 13th at Amaranth Bank Arena with a huge lineup including Lil Baby, 21 Savage, Sexy Red, 42 Doug, Moneybagg Yo, Kodak Black, T Grizzly, Sada Baby, Boozy, and more.
February 13th, the Big Meech home benefit concert. It's gonna be iconic. Too many names to list, but let me salute some of the legends. Lil Baby, Boss Man D-Lo, 21 Savage, Sexy Red, Ricky Rose. Now, this the first time it's ever been done. Me performing BMF with the icon himself. This shit gonna be special.
Epic.
Get your tickets right now.
I'm back.
Adding to the drama, Rick Ross planned to perform BMF at Meech's big return show. But everything unraveled when 50 Cent dropped his bombshell accusations. Even without solid evidence, the snitching rumors spread like wildfire online. A supposed court document surfaced on social media, hinting that Meech may have involved Tammy Cowan in spying on Cuffy, allegedly trying to cut his own time with a calculated move. Now the streets are buzzing, fans are divided, and tensions are at an all-time high. According to those documents, Big Meech allegedly brought Tammy Cowan into the operation to move illegal product through Cuffy on his behalf. No calls, no direct orders, nothing verbal. But here's where things get twisted. Tammy ultimately flipped and gave federal agents detailed information about her dealings with Cuffy. And now, the same Tammy Cowan, who supposedly turned on Meech, is teaming up with 50 Cent for a no-holds-barred documentary. The irony is striking. More information about this alleged third-party cooperation deal is expected to be released soon, and if the rumors hold, it's going to get even messier.
You want to do a BMF film because you've been entertained by a lackluster, small-budget series. Now it's time to do a big-budget film. Which direct?
Meanwhile, 50 Cent has been relentlessly clowning Big Meech on social media. Just hours after accusing Meech of snitching, 50 took it even further. He posted a wild video showing himself pushing Meech's head toward a man who had openly admitted to snitching. The shade was heavy, and 50 made sure to hint in the caption that he and Tammy were working on something major for that upcoming documentary before later deleting the post. Let's not forget Big Meech recently aligned himself with Rick Ross, 50's longtime adversary, to promote that welcome back concert. 50 saw that move as a clear betrayal. Now fans are divided, and some believe 50's outbursts are justified. proof could be just around the corner. What's even crazier is that this new beef between 50 Cent and Big Meech might have just reignited the old feud between 50 and Rick Ross too.
Shout out to Big Meech. Welcome home. We're playing with dude. We're playing with dude. You know?
Everything kicked off when 50 Cent publicly voiced his frustration about Big Meech teaming up with Rick Ross. Ross wasted no time responding. He went in hard during an Instagram live, openly mocking 50 from the start. Ross threw shade by posting a photo of them together, then fake cried and slid down a wall like he was in a dramatic movie scene, clearly trolling. But he wasn't finished. A few days later, Ross returned, this time taking direct shots at 50's hit series BMF. He didn't hold back, calling the production trash and telling his fans on Instagram Live that he might just take over the entire BMF wave himself. Ross wasn't just talking either. He started name-dropping some major Hollywood figures like Quentin Tarantino, Antoine Fuqua, and Gary Gray as potential collaborators for his own version of the BMF story. That was a serious flex. Ross ended his video with a loud laugh before turning up the heat even more, dragging 50 Cent further through the mud. Meanwhile, 50's old rival Young Buck joined the drama too. Buck took the opportunity to swipe at 50, posting a quick video where he gave a sly shout out to Big Meech. With a smirk, Buck said, "Shout out to Big Meech," while slipping in a thinly veiled warning clearly aimed at 50. Buck made it clear he was siding with Meech in this one. After receiving public support from Rick Ross and other rappers, Big Meech finally broke his silence on the snitching rumors spreading across social media. In a calm but firm Instagram video, Meech reassured his supporters that he had never folded and never would, standing firm on his reputation. He wrapped up the video by promoting his major event, personally inviting everyone to the Amaranth Arena on February 13th, but almost immediately after that video dropped, 50 Cent fired back once. Again.
Because I'm not trying to let nobody trick me off the streets. But I never folded, never told, never will. That's before the sign. Always.
50 posted a clip of himself reacting to Meech's video. This time, he played Meech's words in the background while countering each point directly. The back and forth has gotten very personal now. When Big Meech claimed he couldn't be tricked or manipulated by anyone, 50 Cent openly dismissed it, and so did a large portion of fans. Social media lit up with reactions, and 50 wasted no time mocking Meech's upcoming homecoming concert. He threw serious shade, saying, "Y'all gonna be mad if Lil Baby doesn't show up." Then he added another jab. Even if you want him to pull up, he ain't allowed to leave the house. This was a clear reference to Meech's legal restrictions. In the caption, 50 doubled down, suggesting that Meech wouldn't even be able to attend his own concert. He asked his followers, "You gonna demand a refund if the headliner doesn't show up?" And pushed it even further by saying, "There won't even be a loud scream. Dude can't leave after 6 p.m, but hey, do whatever y'all want." Just when fans thought things couldn't spiral any further, they did. Unexpected issues ended up shutting the event down, and 50 Cent definitely got the last laugh. But he wasn't finished. He stirred the pot even more by posting an audio recording where Blue Da Vinci rapper and former BMF insider claimed that Tammy Cowens had obtained documents and wiretaps involving Big Meech. This dropped just as Meech was still trying to recover from the fallout of his canceled show. At this stage, the tension wasn't just personal, it was turning deadly. Even if some of the allegations were only rumors, they hit harder coming from someone who had run with Big Meech for years. The real question is, do these snitching accusations have any real substance? What exactly went wrong between Meech and Cuffy? How did a bond that close end in betrayal? And why is Cuffy one of Meech's oldest friends behind bars while Meech remains free? The streets have been buzzing with rumors about Meech allegedly cooperating with authorities, but until now, there hasn't been much concrete evidence. That changed when a newly surfaced court document came to light. This wasn't just gossip, it tied all the key players together. According to the paperwork, Demetrius Big Meech Flannery, Dion Cuffy Gatling, and Fidel Suarez were all implicated in a drug trafficking conspiracy. Suarez operated a trucking company out in California, allegedly using it as a front to move. Wait, meanwhile, Cuffy was deeply involved with the St. Louis branch of BMF, helping distribute the product. As for Meech, He was named as the national boss of the entire operation, with their roles and connections clearly outlined to T this point. It wasn't just rumors, it was beginning to look very real. Things got even messier when documents showed that Big Meech was reportedly the key link connecting everyone, and that he had introduced them to a confidential source labeled Cs1, adding fuel to the fire. An audio clip surfaced on X, formerly Twitter, of Cuffy's daughter, Tamara Gatling, going all in. In the clip, Tamara directly accused Big Meech's wife of helping broker a deal that ended up giving her father a harsher sentence, supposedly, so Meech could benefit. This alleged third-party cooperation agreement has set social media ablaze. Tamara didn't hold back. She explained that Meech and her father had been close for over 3 decades, with their families intertwined, making the betrayal even deeper. She emphasized that Meech turning on someone who was like family cut especially hard. According to Tamara, back in 2011, Meech approached Cuffy with the idea of turning the BM story into a movie. Around the same time, he introduced him to Tammy Cowens. Here's the critical part. Cowens held Meech's power of attorney while he was incarcerated, managing his affairs, including major life decisions.
I'm Tamara Gatling. I'm making this recording in regards to my dad. He's Dion Gatling. Most people know him as Cuffy. But I wanted to make this recording so I can shed light on some facts. My dad was set up by one of his best friends, which is Demetrius Flannery, also known as Big Meech.
Now, fans are asking whether all of this was just business or part of a larger setup. Here's the situation. Tammy Cowens acted as the middle person for nearly every communication Cuffy had with Meech and the rest of the crew. According to Tamara, when Cuffy was arrested in 2014, he quickly realized something was wrong. The authorities had too much detailed insider information, the kind only one person could have possibly known. Tamara made it clear she believed that person was Tammy Cowens. For context, the discovery Tamara mentioned refers to the evidence prosecutors shared before trial. When Cuffy reviewed it, the details were so specific and personal that it became obvious someone close had turned informant. Despite understanding the risks tied to cooperating with the government, many were still shocked at the possibility that Cowens had flipped. That's how deep the situation runs. However, not everyone was caught off guard. Music executive Wack 100 said during a live stream with DJ Academics that he wasn't surprised by Cowens' alleged betrayal. He even suggested that Cowens might have had 2 strong reasons to switch sides on Meech. Though he stopped short of revealing everything, now speculation is growing louder. What were her real motives? Was she playing both sides from the beginning? Given how long Cowens served as Meech's right hand while he was locked up, many felt it was only a matter of time before she shared sensitive information, and that person she reportedly shared it with was 50 Cent. And according to Wack 100, 50 was more than ready for it.
My dad, as he received the discovery, he knew exactly who CS1 was, and he told me and my mom that it was Tammy Cowens.
50 Cent had been quietly preparing for this moment, gathering receipts in case Meech ever switched up or acted shady. When Meech publicly connected with Rick Ross, 50's longtime rival, that's when everything came to a head. Over the past few weeks, things have completely unraveled. Social media has been in chaos, with celebrities, fans, and insiders all chiming in, but no clear consensus on what's really happening. Some are standing by Meech, arguing there's no solid evidence he cooperated, especially if Tammy Cowens acted independently. Others are convinced Meech used her to shield himself and are questioning whether he deserves the respect he once commanded. And then there's Cuffy. Despite facing criticism from some of Meech's loyal supporters, Cuffy isn't staying silent. He's continuing to tell his side of the story, making sure his voice cuts through the noise. Earlier this February, while still incarcerated, Cuffy joined a live call with Blue Da Vinci to set the record straight. He didn't hold back explaining the full backstory of the alleged third-party cooperation deal and how it spiraled out of control. Cuffy laid it all out: the original plan, who was involved, and where it went wrong. Blue Da Vinci then asked the pointed question: if Meech really cooperated, why did he still serve a lengthy sentence? That's when things took another turn. Cuffy alleged that Tammy Cowens, the same person tied to the snitching claims, was reportedly having an affair with D agent Keith Cromer, her original handler. According to Cuffy, this relationship backfired, ultimately destroying any potential deal Meech may have had with the justice system. In the end, Meech never got his sentence reduced. Cuffy said the situation contaminated the case so badly that everyone ended up worse off. Meanwhile, Cuffy himself faced 2 murder charges, but ultimately pled guilty to 2 firearms offenses to get the murder counts dropped. Still, in May 2019, he was handed a 27-year sentence. U.S. Attorney Jeff Jensen even confirmed it in a press release at the time, labeling Cuffy as a significant threat. Prosecutors alleged he targeted 2 individuals who had too much knowledge of his criminal activities, calling it an attack on the foundation of the justice system.
It was called a third-party cooperation. So Tammy Cowens signed up to be a DEA informant to give Demetrius Flannery a time cut. Plain and simple.
Then there's Special Agent Keith Cromer, the D handler linked to Tammy Cowens. He admitted to the affair but tried to minimize it, claiming there was no sexual relationship and denying any involvement in document tampering. Despite his defense, the fallout caught up with him. After the investigation, Cromer was terminated over the scandal and questionable $212,000 in payments connected to Cowens. Meanwhile, on June 14, 2021, Big Meech had a rare moment of good news. While Cuffy remained behind bars, U.S. District Judge David M. Lawson agreed to shave 3 years off Meech's sentence. This decision sparked renewed outrage and suspicion about what was really happening behind closed doors. As for 50 Cent, he wasn't letting anything slide. He responded to Boozie's comments with a now-deleted Instagram post where he played a clip of Boozie getting emotional and added, "I did more for Meech than anybody in his life, Boozie. That's why he said what he said. This came after 50 Cent publicly revealed he had to send Little Meech, Big Meech's son, to rehab during the filming of the BMF series due to drug issues. And the drama didn't end there. 50 took it a step further, suggesting that Big Meech may have even encouraged his son's reckless spending and drug use out of jealousy. According to 50, while Meech was incarcerated, he couldn't handle the close relationship forming between Little Meech and 50. When it came to the money, 50 dropped a major claim. He said the BM series had generated millions for the Flannery family, with 50 personally investing $5 million. He further alleged that Little Meech squandered the entire amount before his father was even released. It didn't stop there. 50 Cent also called out Big Meech for allegedly wearing Little Meech's jewelry, accusing him of trying too hard to remain relevant in a world that had moved on. While 50 seemed to cool down a little after Big Meech's Welcome Home concert was canceled just before Valentine's Day, he still posted a cryptic message on Instagram: "Don't push me, I'm calm now, but my show got canceled too." Sounds like a warning. Big Meech, on the other hand, has mostly stayed silent. But it doesn't take much to set 50 Cent off again, and with that explosive documentary still looming, everyone's on edge waiting to see what secrets could be exposed next. So, what do you think is really happening behind the scenes? Drop a comment below, smash that like button, share this video with your people, and don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. Catch you in the next one.